shut down this game. No Renekton, it's that Camille instead.
Yeah, and the thing is, the game where
could very well see themselves go into second seed. Let's start this thing off. Sengoku Gaming up against Team Secret.
It's going to be a pretty exciting one. If you look at the draft from both of these teams, they want to do kind of the same things, but kind of not really at the same time. If you look at the side of Sengoku, they can answer poke for poke. They can answer you in kind. You try to poke them with Ferris, Orianna, they have an answer. Ziggs, cocky missiles, they can fire back at you. But where the difference comes in is Team Secret's comp is highly focused on the split push, really focused on this disengage, whereas Sengoku, they have the option to go in as well. Camille from the left, Wukong from the right. You can't take a dragon fight against them.
And for all you people back at home joining us watching the Horizon Cup, feel free to log into your Prime Gaming account to get your random skin chest. I just did mine this morning.
There we go. I reminded you yesterday.
You did remind me. You reminded me on the last cast to go and get it done, so I went to go and get it done. So for all you guys back home, make sure to pick that one up. For now, let's take a look back towards the game and where things kind of stand. Azar's going to rotate down. This is very interesting to me.
The lane swap has come in, right? You do not want to lane your Alistair into a Varus Janna. You are going to get slaughtered. You're going to turn into, you know, roast beef. You don't want that at all. You need to find an answer, and Sengoku, I think they identified that perfectly. They found the right solution to lane swap you, and now Team Secret, they have an issue. I'll counterpick the Jack into Camille matchup. That's not happening anymore. So what do we do? And Azar, I think he's in a bit of a sticky situation right now.
And this is very interesting to me because both of the Scuttle Crabs are going to be spawning right now.
Yeah.
They're going to trade Scuttle Crabs on both sides, but it seemed for a moment that Sengoku seemed to have priority over
really
both sides. They might have been able to actually punish something there, maybe take away those additional Scuttle Crabs.
Yeah, this lane swap does two things. It punishes your strong point, and it alleviates our weak point. So Sengoku, they're really getting everything they could possibly want right now. They're threatening this dive on Azar. Hamas has to come up to keep him safe, and it looks like on the other side, Team Secret, they want to threaten a dive, but they're only onto Mochi. The 2 against 1 against Camille is not really a situation you want to take a fight in.
And like you mentioned earlier on, Azar is going to be the guy that needs to shut down early on, to put the pressure on, make sure he's denied resources. Hamas is going to end up sharing some of that golden EXP. You can see Azar a little bit behind right now. He might be matched in gold, but his EXP is a little bit slow, even compared to Hamas here.
Yeah, I mean, the option that Team Secret went with, they went for the slow push. They wanted to crash the wave, maybe try to do something down in the bottom side of the map. I feel like that might not have been the best option because Azar suffers so much for it. Forced to share experience. He's going to be behind in gold as well. Sengoku, they correctly identify. They've crashed the wave. Now they want to swap back. What are we going to do? We're going to go ahead of them. We're going to preemptively swap away. And this is really amazing rotations coming in from Sengoku. I think they're answering in kind to every move that Team Secret make. And I think that Sengoku, they're really setting themselves up for success in this game 1.
And it's an interesting move from Sengoku now to go back to initial lanes, especially with the dragon spawning up. So it could be a sign that they want the dragon over the Rift Herald, not want to take that early fight.
Team Secret are just getting played on the map right now. Azar's going to be completely fine, but he's forced to swap again. And right now, Team Secret, they are just marching to the beat of Sengoku's drums. They're always one step behind. And the longer this goes on for, the happier Sengoku are. You dodge the Varus Janna matchup, as well as you get your Camille out of the Jax lane. They couldn't be any happier, I think.
I really don't think they could. Sengoku have just been able to get everything they want. They get the reset timings. They get the items that they want. You can see Team Secret coming in now. They just lose all momentum in their own lanes.
Yes.
First objective to spawn, it's going to be that Ocean Drake. We see a little bit of priority around the Dragon, but Sengoku, knowing this team, they're going to go straight for their Rift Herald. They're going to get the first one, they're going to get the second one, and Rush is going to break open that mid turret.
Yeah, I'm a bit curious about why Juan hasn't resetted yet. I feel like he could have gone for that a bit earlier here. It seems like what's going to happen right now, Team Secret, they have the priority with this dual lane matchup. They're going to use that, they're going to get control of the map, and they should be able to get the Rift Herald. Okay, I might be wrong here, but I'm assuming they don't want to contest this, and they're just going to try to trade to give the cocky space to scale. But it seems like they want to fight this. I don't know what's going on right now, Brandon. I couldn't tell you. It seems like both of these teams are making some pretty odd choices here.
Looks like Azar just wants to scout the grounds. He doesn't want to commit to anything here.
Alright.
Little disadvantages to go for a fight.
I'm just really curious why Chewie and Hamas didn't come up to fight this Rift Herald. They knew that once reset was late. and they didn't manage to come here and get here in time, get control of that. This is gonna mean an even harder time for Azar right now. They have the Rift Herald trapped in a dive. Amasto always one step ahead of the play, keeping his Baron lane safe.
Code's going to come in as well. So that's actually a really key part of making sure that Azar gets the space that he needs to scale up and to be as strong as he wants to be. Sengoku actually missed that chance, so Juan's going to make a second recall back, pick up his item, the full Essence Reaver, before coming in. But if he at least had the package, or at least does have the package to help him get back in a little bit faster, but we see what happens here, where that single early mistimed recall kind of changed the tempo for Sengoku.
Honestly, I think Team Secret, they are getting read like a book here, and Sengoku's rotations around the map have been amazing. I cannot really criticize it at all. I think they're doing all the right things. They're checking all the right boxes that they need to check to get into the mid game, to get their champions where they want them to be. Team Secret, you really need to find something on the map right now. You do have the Jax late game insurance plan, but your Varus Janna, your Lee Sin, you really want to get something.
So what does this put things? Sengoku looking for this mid game. Do they have the power to actually go for these fights, or is Team Secret going to have a fighting chance against the composition that Sengoku have drafted?
Well, it comes down to team fight modes, right? It comes down to how you execute on these team fights. If Team Secret, they can keep you at an arm's length. They don't let your Wukong come in. They don't let your Camille come in. They're gonna have a really good time. Now Sengoku, they too want to poke, but if they get on your backline, Wukong, Inferno Bomb, Camille Ultimate, you just can't really play.
I love that you mentioned that, because look at what Rush is building. First item, fantastic. Guardian Angel, exactly as you mentioned. He wants to go to the backline, he wants to dive in.
Job.
He has one job. He can go into Stasis after. It doesn't matter. He's going to be able to go in. Treble, on the other hand, has gone for the Yomu's Ghost Play. He's looking to take things into his own hands. He wants to be the playmaker, wants to be the damage source. But with this Camille on the enemy team, I think that's going to be a little bit difficult.
It is going to be a bit difficult, but I think if you're playing a Lee Sin, you should just be a Chad. Don't go for something like a Black Cleaver. Don't go for something like a GA. You pick Lee Sin, double down, go all in. One-shot someone with your Ghost Blade.
And a much slower game than usual. Team Secret and Sengoku both love to take these early fights, so the fact is we haven't seen a single kill happen yet. Taking their time to make sure that everything's set up right. They start the fight off. Hashtag automated locks them within that cage, but that's the damage that you expect to see from the Camille, but Hermes is there to back them up. That's first blood, right as we call it.
I think we might have missed it, but his hook shot seems to have been used somewhere. A bit of trouble for TS though.
Dejiwoo comes in, forces the engage, gets a flash knockup. Azar's in a lot of trouble, gets picked up. It's going to go over to the cow. Team Secret maybe looking for a re-engage. Rush gets baited in for a little bit, but he has that GA.
Yeah, and look at the damage coming in from Trevor as well as Hermes. With the Rod of the Ages, the Janna is going to be doing some damage. Nice pickoff.
Cole does a good job along with Chewy in the mid lane to find something there, and looking like they're going to pick up first turret in the mid side as well.
Very possible they have to Rift Herald, but keep in mind that is on Rush. He's not in position right now. So
not for Sengoku, for Team Secret. Look at how low that turret is.
Well, that is true, but you got to keep in mind as well, this turret could be sitting on 5 HP, and
then
Ziggs
Ziggs away.
Just wave clear for days, and you still just can't even touch it. So let's break down a little bit about what was happening in the last couple of minutes, right? Team Secret, they go for a very nice play onto Mochi. They find the pickoff. Just as you said, we're seeing a bit of a slow game, but I want to go a bit into the mindset between these two players right now. Hold that thought though, we're going to go into actively play. Really simple stuff. You get a nice little setup, get on top of things, try to dodge out, the alternator. The bomb could have been a bit better, could have been a bit earlier. They might have killed Treble if that was the case.
See, that's the thing though, if Treble was held in the Hextech automated, if Mochi didn't walk out of it, there was a good chance that he would have just died. There would have been a 1-for-1 trade, but because he tried to build space and Hermes was there to cut him off, Mochi ended up going down 1-for-0 against Team Secret.
Yeah, that's exactly the case here. You do see both objectives starting to spawn off. We see Azar rotating in. Mochi's a little bit late, but he's going to be coming as well. It seems like both of these teams, they don't want to give this up. They're saying we're ready to fight.
It's Second Dragon, it's the Inferno. And which team doesn't love to see the Inferno spawn up? I can't give you a single one, not in this competition.
Who doesn't like damage, Grandin?
Who doesn't like damage? Well, Team Secret are going to try and control the waves, but I love the way that Sengoku have set up the map state. Top lane is frozen, mid lane shoved into it. Secret who've just broken that push.
Starting off the Rift Herald. He's soloing this one out. While everyone is doing the song and dance, he sneaks a Rift Herald for himself. And if he picks that up, if that goes into his pocket...
It does.
There we go. It's going to be a very big red flag for Sengoku. It's a bit of a timer taking for them. Regardless of what they do on the map right now, they always have to be aware. You give Azar 10 seconds in a side lane with the Rift Herald, he's going to take 2 turrets.
Dejiwoo loses so much health while just positioning around. He's going to go for the engage here, looking for damage on the treble, maybe take down the jungler early on. Looks like that will be the case, but that's the stasis on his end, buying them some time. Hammaz comes in clutch of the Monsoon. Chewy comes in for the flank, takes down one. The second fall is going to be Mochi and Team Secret. They get back into the game, pull things back into their own tempo, and come up with a bunch of kills.
What can we say here? 3-0 for the side of Team Secret. They try to pull the trigger on the side of Sengoku, but they lost the play too hard. Rift Herald mid 2, they pick up mid turret, they pick up 3 kills. Now let's look at this engage. The X replay coming in. Dashwood forces this play so hard. Headbutt, Protobell, everything. Get up forever. You gotta keep in mind. What does he have? Johnny has Hourglass. He has the stasis. He's gonna keep safe. Mass comes in, knocks everyone away. You're not gonna kill my jungler. He heals him up as well for good measure. While this is going on, Rift out in the mid lane, getting Azar some creeps as well as getting him the turret.
It's basically Treble coming in and saying, Rush, you may have Guardian Angel, but I have Hourglass. We are not the same.
We are not the same, it's exactly true. You don't have to die to proc your GA. And you gotta keep in mind, Rush's GA got procced as well. It's not the best situation to use it in. It's Gargoyle Stoneblade too. He's gonna be very tanky, and he has one jump, that's what we talked about here. But the damage really needs to be coming through from the Ziggs, from the Cocky. Cocky's gonna dictate time to scale, but Ziggs is a roller. He's gonna be beefy, sure, but as a Ziggs, is that really what you want? Would you not rather have Ludens be able to wave clear, have more damage from greater range?
But Hawk at least kind of acknowledges that. I think he's going for the Rabadons now, so he's saying that I might not have Ludens.
He's like, crap, I don't have damage.
I don't have damage. I need something else.
Cap.
Okay, death cap.
Yeah.
Right. You know, so at least having something to match that. But the fact is, they still have a good amount of wave clear. They still have the Ziggs. They still have the Corki together.
They can
should
turtle,
be able to hold on and turtle, exactly.
Yes, but then that comes down to the question. If you're trying to turtle, if you're trying to stall, you better be able to outscale. Or at least you better be able to have significant power spikes where you can take fights. Now, I don't think that's the case now, given the current game state. Look at Azar. 2 items compared to Mochi, sitting at 1 item, 3,000 gold down. Once again, this man, he's been kind of put on the spot. He's been put in a trial by fire yet again, getting hard counted by Azar, one of the best Baron laners here at this tournament. I don't envy Mochi.
Absolutely not. Especially not as Azar starts picking up more items.
Yeah, it's not fun. I can tell you this matchup is not fun.
It's so painful for Sengoku's side because now they have to invest way more to make sure that Mochi's going to be safe.
Unplayable. He pops barrier.
Instantly. Pops barrier.
You can't do anything. It's really depressing to watch at the stage of the game. Oh, here we go.
Nice pick up against Dejiwolf. A little bit difficult to take him down. Still is very tanky. They are trying to buy some time. Rush comes in. Flashes out of the way for the shockwave. A little bit more damage from Sengoku. It's parting gift, but Team Secret just get to walk off.
Look at this. Look,
he's at the turret. Doesn't care. He gets the turret at the time too.
Look, Grandad, I just don't even want to look at the Baron lane matchup right now. It's just really sad. Watch, once Jax gets 2 items, as a Camille, what can you really do?
So what happens? Do they have to ban it away? Do they have to change something here? They already spent all the bans on the other powerful Baron laners. It doesn't seem to be the response. Dejiwolf comes in, Hammaz, Monsoon instantly canceled.
Hammaz buffeted the tornado there. So okay, let's break that down because that was a really cool little interaction from both players. Dashwood tried to go for the flash headbutt buffer, but Hammaz had the tornado ready. So he got knocked up, but he didn't allow Dashwood to follow up the headbutt back into his team. Really nice stuff there, really making use of the Janna mechanics, and that's why it's one of his specialist picks.
I feel like you might be overreading it a little bit.
No, it's exactly it.
They had the vision there.
He was ready to go, yeah, exactly.
They had the vision there, but I feel like he was going to try and use it to build space. Probably wasn't expecting Dejiwolf to commit so bad.
Players, Grandin. We're here to build them up, not tear them down.
Hammaz, you're insane, you're a monster. I don't ever want to see you in my games because I'm going to lose. But I want to see you take this game with Sengoku. Right now, things are looking in TS's favor. What does Sengoku have to try and do if they want to get back in?
Look, it's going to be really difficult. I think their only win condition at this point is going to be the Cocky scaling. It's going to be the Ziggs scaling. But look at the way Team Secret is deploying the map right now. You have Trevor on a side lane. You have Azar on a side lane. Playing 1v1. So if you're Sengoku and you start running to the options, can we kill them on a side lane? No, we can't. Because Jax needs to sin. They're mobile. They have disengage spells. Alright, next up. Can we kill them on mid lane? No, we can't because they have a Janna. So what do we really do here, Sengoku?
Team Secret get to keep scaling up, looking at the 3rd dragon of the game here potentially. Code coming in for TS has been an interesting change. He has been quite active and participating in a lot of these fights.
Oh, here we go.
Different dynamic because
Wait, Dashwood?
kill potential. Well, Visual's going to get caught out. Hasking Unchained by some
man.
time. Valkyrie kind of leads the charge in. Instead, he leads Treble into a kill for himself. Nice use of the Corrupting Chains. Rush is going to have to get away. Has got the Angel back up. Hop falls as that's yet another player from Sengoku dead. Rush is only going to be able to buy a fraction of a second as the rest of Team Secret collapse. And that's 3, and Azar just pushing in the mid-wave.
Absolutely nothing the Sengoku can do right now. Mochi, the last man standing, he can't even match Azar, but he has 5 members of PS
my
coming
goodness.
in.
Azar finishes him off, and that's going to be Team Secret taking game number 1 against Sengoku.
And Grandin, that was a statement win here. I said the early game from Sengoku went about as good as they could have possibly asked for. It doesn't matter. When you get to the team fights, when you get
A, B, C.